What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. Hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. Elon Musk has triggered, well, just about everybody on the left today with the simple ban of a single word. A word that is used most often as a pejorative, a word that is used to demean people. It is almost exclusively used in a negative connotation. And, well, the left is absolutely losing its minds. But, that would be any day that ends in Y, but the coverage of it has been absolutely insane. It's like every single thing in the world that the left doesn't agree with is a direct attack on a certain group of people. And quite frankly, it's not. Now, I want to be clear in my position here. I think that all words should be allowed on Twitter if it truly is a free speech platform. I mean, there are certain words that I wouldn't use, but I wouldn't, it's really none of my business if somebody else wants to use them. So as long as Elon ties the banning of this word to like repeated targeted harassment, I care less. If it's treated like the same as like the N-word or something like that, that seems odd. I actually don't agree with it, but I do love just how triggered everyone's getting, and I'm not really going to lose any sleep over it. So let's take a look at some of the insane reaction. This video is sponsored by Meta PCs. By the way, it's the computer I use. It's the computer my friends and family use. It's the laptop I use. I have this page where I put together my actual systems on here, down here at the bottom, Jeremy's Ultimate build. But you don't have to pick one of these pre-builds. They can totally customize the build exactly how you want it. And Meta PCs has been a strong supporter of the channel. So when you're ready for a new computer, promo code The Quartering to save. And check out the link. They've got people in their chat telling The Quartering sent you their chat support. So James Esses wrote, yesterday, after posting a tweet saying that I reject the word cis and don't wish to be called it, I received a slew of messages from trans activists calling me sissy and telling me that I am cis, whether or not I like it. Just imagine if the roles were reversed. And certainly on Twitter 1.0, I would expect this to be, an instant ban. Twitter 2.0 still seems to be banning people. And there is some questionable moderation stuff and shadow bans that are still going on. But for the most part, I wouldn't expect, if you use the transmission, the abbreviated word for transmission, and you called somebody who is that word in a derogatory way, you probably still get banned. Now, Elon Musk replies to this, repeated targeted harassment against any account will cause the harassing accounts to receive, at minimum, temporary suspensions. The words cis or cisgender are considered slurs on this platform. Now, he did not say that slurs are necessarily banned. However, we saw just the other day with YouTuber Melanie Mack, who used the R word in a joking manner, in a way that wasn't even, calling anybody that, receive, a lockout of her Twitter account and had to be forced to delete the tweet, even though, again, it was not directed at anybody. So I would say that, the way that Twitter treats, words that they define slurs is interesting in terms of service violations. It'll be about how they enforce this. Also interesting, fun fact, the German scientist who came up with the term cis, here's a fun fact. The term cisgender was coined by a German scientist who also stated that, quote, the sensuality of the spontaneous unfolds between a child and adult is something wonderful. Interesting, huh? Elon Musk replies, yep, the contemptible creep that manufactured the term cis has serious problems. Ignore him. Now, the media is absolutely melting down. If you look at TechCrunch, what's interesting to me is like all of these websites, by the way, like all these websites that used to cover technology, I mean, it's literally called TechCrunch, now exclusively whine about gender identity and woke ideology and woke politics. I used to actually go to TechCrunch to read about like processor reviews and video card reviews and things, and new cell phones and things like that. What is this article? Elon Musk triples down on making Twitter terrible for trans people. I mean, must everything in the world that you agree with, it's like, how does this affect trans people? Everything that's ever happened on the internet is reported on through the lens of how does this affect trans people? I mean, what? Twitter's owner's disdain for trans people is no secret. His displeasure at conservative satire account Babylon Bee getting suspended for misgendering a United States health official, Rachel Levine, is part of what animated him to throw down $44 billion to the social network to begin with. That's how TechCrunch views this. Elon Musk spent $44 billion just so he could insult trans people. I mean, how insane, now I don't know if the author of this happens to be trans. I wouldn't, I suspect I'm pre-blocked by them. Yes. Well, I guess I don't know, but they have protect trans kids in their bio, so I suspect they are probably trans, or at least consider themselves a ally of them. I mean, it's like, bro, I don't think, I'm not personally offended by the word cis. It doesn't bother me if people call me that. I don't care. Now, when people are using it in a targeted way to harass somebody, hey, I'm actually fine with them getting a 24-hour, break. So many people use bots, in particular in that community, to like flood accounts where they use their personal discords to flood people's replies, because ratioing is so very important to their self-worth, even though it's fake, So anyway, Musk's latest transphobic foray comes in the middle of Pride Month. Don't care. Pride Month eats up 1/12 of the entire year. I'm not going to constantly be worrying about how every little thing affects that month. Do we do that in any other month? That in the middle of August. How outrageous. In April, Twitter quietly erased a portion of its hateful content policy that forbid users from dead naming and misgendering trans people. That's fine by me. Again, I'm also fine with ascribing. See, it's like nobody wants to ascribe intent to anything. First of all, that was getting weaponized by even the right, by identifying as something absurd and then using it to get other people banned. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the left doing that. It's stupid. Now, if somebody's maliciously doing that, we have a block button for a reason. I don't know why people always forget that. You can block somebody, you can use block lists or something. These are something that people use where you can block all. I mean, Twitter already has tools to deal with that. Musk's most recent declaration takes his transphobic position to an illogical conclusion, declaring reverse discrimination. Again, there is no such thing as reverse discrimination. It's just discrimination. It's why it's a word people use, like, the same crowd of people that say, well, black people can't be racist. Of course they can, and some are, okay? And it's not reverse racism, it's just racism. When trans people use a commonplace neutral word to discuss people who are not like them, cis is not a commonplace neutral word. It's not something, I mean, it's all part of this weird gender ideology. Then look at Gizmodo. Elon Musk declares cis a slur on free speech Twitter. Hey, again, he didn't say it was banned. He said it was a slur. Now, again, I think all words should be, if you say you're going to be free speech, no single word should be bannable. Somebody's actions, somebody's, things that they do, maybe the things that they post, videos, something like that, pictures that might go too far. But we're talking about a word. It absolutely should not be bannable, especially on a platform that, decries, claims to be super free speech. Now, Elon did not say it was banned. He just said it would be part of the new kind of like anti-harassment stuff. And, ultimately, I don't have a problem with it unless the word itself is banned. I don't like that. It's a slippery slope. He didn't say that. And then Gizmodo uses his own daughter against him. Musk's own trans daughter changed her name on her 18th birthday to disaffiliate from her billionaire dad. Yeah, I'm sure she'll still take his money. You know, 18-year-olds are always known to be acting super rational. Musk comments exploded on Twitter while some users praised the billionaire for further establishing anti-trans rhetoric. Others pointed out that Musk's stance was hypocritical, given that Twitter allowed users to freely misgender trans people without facing consequences. There shouldn't be consequences for that. Users also noted nominating certain words as slurs goes against Musk's mission to promote free speech. I agree with that. Now, the question is, will he start banning people for using it? That ultimately is the real question. If people are going to start getting banned for using that term, I don't agree with it. If it just gives more power to reporting systems for people, you know, getting harassed with it, I guess I don't care as much. I think that it was pretty widely, you see, this is not a slur. I mean, people just absolutely melting down. I don't really care. Cisgendering is misgendering. I think it's funny to me that, again, this is just another sign of, you know, people who are losing their mind about this have probably the easiest lives you could ever imagine. If you're mad about this, like not being able to own a breeder by calling them cis, your life's pretty good, you know. And these are the same people who are constantly saying, they're trying to erase us. Yeah, give me a break. Hope you enjoyed this video. It was a wonderful meltdown, absolutely. Make sure you check out Meta PC's promo code TheQuartering when you're ready for a new computer, or just go shop and stop into their chat bot in the lower right and say The Quartering sent you and say hi, how are you doing? We'll talk to you again real soon.